Welcome to the house that Rodney built. Leahy turned into legacy. Parsegan renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. Today we have a top 25 matchup on hand with two of college football's premier teams preparing to slug it out. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Seminoles will have some work to do after that short return. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. That swagger sets the tone for this offense, and Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses, too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The give is to Williams. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains, to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Just feeds the running back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They'll go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running game.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good play.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Everybody talks about DBs. They talk about dropping in coverage and not being physical. That DB begs to differ. Great tackle coming up, playing physical like a linebacker.
And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both.
Fires into traffic, picked off. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, David, if I were allowed to put back push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead.
Settle for the field goal. Gives it to the back on the draw. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
2nd and 10 here. Back to throw, it's Leonard. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football. And we've seen them in recent years get to the playoff. They've reached national championship games, but they haven't been able to pull it off. For this program to take the next step, they have to be more consistent and dynamic in the explosive passing game, and I think this guy gives them the opportunity to take the program to the next level.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, what happens is that DB starts to fail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Back to the air one more time. Got his man on the right. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
All right, well, they've been trying to run the football to get it in here. You're right on the doorstep. I like maybe setting up a jumbo formation, maybe going play action, see if you can sneak a guy out into the flat for the score.
That defensive front was a stone wall on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to pound their way in, and he'll be smacked to the ground.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short. I just got to fall forward and get the 1st down, Palmer. But the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It is perfect. And after the 3-spot guys, we're all tied up.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and try his field goal team out there. And his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. Looking to move it through the air. Pulls it in. It's Lee. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback running right on the line.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Always looking to throw. Complete downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college, we used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warwick and Lavernia schools. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, you're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, and you open it up for the passing game.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. The inside handoff. And the Noles get enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. They'll leave it with him. Pick up of 1, it's down at the 11. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the 1st quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Here's the handoff. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long. Now you're set up to fail.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Uyangalele. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, no! That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him, Reese.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Florida State 10.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to advance on the football.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's got it again. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and come out.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Leonard. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped getting the first down.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
The Irish send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the third. Behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Lee. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Simple call, excellent execution, moves the sticks on 3rd down.
These QBs and receivers, man, they run this route in practice thousands of times. So it's nice to see them come out here and execute it in game conditions. Great job with the timing. Great job with the depth and the route. Nice work between those two.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's passed. Didn't happen that time. The defense was able to get a negative play.
They're facing a 3rd down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
The Seminoles are on the move. Finds his tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him today.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking for a man. It's Uiagalelei. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
The Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Douglas. Oh, what a move! And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Florida State!
This offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their second passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They took it 71 yards down the field.
Florida State 17, Notre Dame 3. Number 88 set to kick off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Wants to throw. It's Leonard. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Running it back, it's Douglas. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. To the air on 1st down. He's got his man. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that 1st down.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Caught over the middle. It's Douglas. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the defense was in there in such a hurry. They didn't even let that draw develop. Got to him so quick.
You know, the draw play has to look like a pass and not look like you're faking a pass. And I think there, it was pretty evident they were trying to run the draw. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it, feeling some heat. They're working that left side. Touchdown Seminoles! Hauled it in and just kept right
matchups out wide. I love a matchup with my wide receiver. I like my guy better than yours. Quarterback finds the matchup. The wide receiver catches the football, takes it into the end zone for 6.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. He'll bring it out. It's Price. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here come the Irish back on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. But we're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of touchdown Jesus.
And the Seminoles will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll go to the counter play. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. On 3rd down, going up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Bob. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Give to the running back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Right back to it. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. The give to the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Quick strike complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 6th play of the drive coming up. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
The Irish send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. Runs through a tackle. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great running backs consistently make people miss. And he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, to the next, to the next. The offensive line will have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so we can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Looking to throw. It's Uiagalelei. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They'll pick up the 1st down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Wide receiver shows motion. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, dope was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he can really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy in front of us.
Using the quick game. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Benson. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. They keep attacking through the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page, though.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Uiagalelei. Unloads to the right. It's complete. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, the defense just needs to do a better job on that critical situation. That was a golden opportunity to get off the field, but quarterback and receiver, they were just better on that one. Nice throw. Nice job by the receiver getting his feet in bounds.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Catch in the middle. It's Lee. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
And that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Touchdown, no! And the punishment has been extended. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They're lining up to boot it away. Looking for blockers. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now 1st down from the 37. He wants to throw. Immediately fires to the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. From the gun, the ground game. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Now the play fake. Unleashes it on the run. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Ready to try the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the extra point gets them a little closer at 31-10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kick it off.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
And now on 1st down after converting with the run. They're going to ride this running back. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
They'll give it to the back. And the Seminoles get enough for the 1st down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
And the Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive 1st down play at 2nd and 6. The give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down coming. The RPO, it's complete. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Using his legs, it's to a Feely. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
We love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
That makes the score Florida State 34, Notre Dame 10.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll start this drive with a pass. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Leonard. He's got it down the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is ready to give them a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
The sure hands, it's Thomas. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
That completion leaves us with 2nd and medium. They want to just keep throwing it. Catch in the middle, it's Evans. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Evans. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier inbounds.
After the first down completion, it's 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker, it's Thomas. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. He's going to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Leonard. Fires to the right. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Yeah, it was a nice comeback route. Most important part of the comeback route, dude, I got to sell you vertical like I'm running a go, and then I sit down and I come back to the football, catch it. Nice route by the wide receiver.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. That's caught. It's Thomas. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to power it in. Stumbled to the ground.
Great job by the defense there. They were ready in a two-point situation to defend the pass. They did so, and the offense now comes away with 6 points on the drive.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The give is to Williams. Really nice stop there for this senior leader. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
Taking down at the 49. Brings up
the Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Getting some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. This is a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Leonard. He wants a big play here late. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one.